So, we continue with the festivities in We Never Learn, episode 13 of the anime series, as the fireworks draw ever near, and we find out who is the girl that helps Yuiga up. Because remember, we all have that weird jinx that if you're touching the person when the first fireworks comes up, that's who you're destined to be with. Hello everyone and welcome to the Animezilia, and today, like I said, we'll be talking about We Never Learn, episode 13 of the anime series. Now, this episode was absolutely stunning in terms of animation. It was beautiful to watch, very enjoyable, and it does kind of seem like the anime might have ended after this episode, based on the way that they left it. Now, the ending was quite ambiguous, as in they didn't really tell us anything, but it just hinted at stuff and left us to speculate, which I kind of wish it didn't do. I wish they would kind of go, right, ended. You know what, forget the content that the manga has after this bit of the festival. Ended. We're going to tell you who he's with. We're not going to leave it to cliffhanger or leave you to speculate. And they kind of didn't do that. They gave us very big implications on how the series ends and who the main character ends up with. But at the same time, I understand why they didn't do that, because it's not confirmed in the manga yet. So, you know, maybe they kind of weren't allowed to say, this is definitely this character. They had to kind of be, it kind of is, kind of isn't, you know, until the manga actually ends. Saying that, like I said, the manga consists of a lot more content and development for these girls, and Yuiga himself, that the anime obviously misses out if it does in fact end after this episode, completely. So let's talk about the episode itself. Let's not talk about what might come and what doesn't come. Let's talk about the episode. So, with the fireworks drawing closer, we now have the situation where nobody knows who the prince is. Obviously, we know it's Yuiga. Furuhashi thinks it's Azumi. And when she finds out that it isn't Azumi, her reactions are just brilliant. These are the reactions that she has. She's like, oh, oh my god. And, yes, obviously, it's her first kiss. We all know this. And, you know, she's scared. She doesn't know who she just done it with and who she gave it to. And then she's constantly, like, getting mad at herself throughout the whole episode, saying, it doesn't count, it doesn't count. Who was it anyway? Who was it anyway? Depending on who it is, it might have counted. And, I thought that was very funny for her character. Obviously, we know Furuhashi is quite calm, relaxed, but she's also quite a scatterbrain at times. And when she does freak out, I just love the reaction faces for her character. They're amazing. Now then, we do also have the whole kind of udon situation still going on. Obviously, they still need to sell those 1,000 bowls, and they get to 400 left. And the way that they solve the problem of selling that 400 is actually quite inventive. I actually did like this part of the episode. You know, Yuiga and Rizu are just sat there thinking about ideas, and they're like, hold on a minute, there's going to be lots of couples from other schools here and outside of school. Why don't we capitalize on it and make it like a love bowl or something, and link it with the fireworks festival? Now, I thought that was great. That's very inventive, a genius way of doing it, and I did like the aspect of the way they went to doing it. The interactions with the characters as well were pretty funny, with the whole shilling out the cells with Uruka and Yuiga basically trying to pretend to be a couple, and it was like the two random jabronis were like, they're shilling the product by pretending to act like a couple? God, they're not really a couple. And afterwards, like, oh my god, they're acting like a couple. And it's just, it made me laugh a little bit. I liked it. So, the real problem I had with this is, where this episode, like I said, was split into two pieces, we had the whole fireworks festival thing going on, and at the end we had the whole resolution, so to speak. The fireworks scene, to me, seemed kind of pointless at this point, because we get given this shot right here of the mysterious girl helping up Yuiga. Now, from a manga reader's perspective, like I am, when I first saw this in the manga, I was like, oh my god, who is it? And since then, I've been reading every chapter, trying to look for clues as to who it might be. Now, to me, that mystery and that kind of exploration is actually something I really enjoy reading the manga for every week. Obviously, I enjoy it because it's actually a fun manga to read, but it's just that little bit of mystery. But this episode just basically does that and then just goes, We're just going to tell you, pretty much. Just not 100% confirm it, but we're going to tell you. They kind of should have let us have a bit more time. That's where a third season might have been a more beneficial. Now, the one thing I did also enjoy about this festival sort of fireworks scene is that before we get this little shot that you see on the screen right now, Rizu's actually showing a tiny bit of development. Because she's like, listen guys, I don't understand these type of feelings and everything else, but I want to say thank you for always helping me and looking out for me. I managed to achieve this 1,000 bowl sale because everybody pitched in and helped. And you know what? She's showing some compassion and some kind of feelings towards others. And that's kind of the emotions she's semi-wanting to learn. So that's pretty good. Good job on you for doing that. You know, that's just a little kind of thing I thought I'd mention. However, this festival was all about showing the groups fun memories that they are creating while they're being created. Showing off some of the good characters like Kirisu and Azumi at the same time. And the fact that Yuiga is so keen on helping others in this festival is also another big help towards what they come to at the end of this episode. Now, I love the fact that this sort of whole festival helps to kind of connect the whole idea of Yuiga wanting to become a teacher by, you know, later on in this episode. He says to Kirisu, look, in the mock exam that he does again, he's like, look, I want to become an educator. And showing him helping everybody and putting in all that dedication proves to me as a viewer that Yuiga has what it takes, beyond a shadow of a doubt, to make it as an educator. Because, you know, all the stuff he's been doing for Furuhashi and for Rizu and Azumi, Uruka, hey, even Kirisu, you know, is all helping and building towards that. That's his end goal. He wants to be a teacher. He wants to be an educator. And the fact that he's willing to go the extra mile to help everybody and anybody, that just proves that he has what it takes to do that. Now, we do also get to the interview stage, like I just mentioned. Yuiga has that interview stage with Kirisu. He asked Miss Kirisu for another mock interview after the festival's all over. And this is where it actually shows a great message and shows Yuiga to be a brilliant character as well. Now, he's not the best main character we've ever had. Don't get me wrong. The show is mostly about these female characters, which I like, but Yuiga actually finally steps out of those shadows and basically shows that he is an ideal character to kind of not base yourself around, but kind of follow to some degree. Now, the line that Yuiga gives out that I absolutely love is this. He was told by a teacher, which I kind of think is his father because of the image that's in the house, become someone who understands the feeling of those who are incapable. Now, this is the whole reason as to why Yuiga is so keen on helping other people. It's because he knows the feeling of being incapable of doing something. Because when he was younger, he didn't have good grades. He couldn't call himself smart. He was incapable of doing things that a genius would be able to do. So he studied, he worked hard, and he just wants other people to kind of feel like they have someone that has their backs. He doesn't want anyone else feeling the way that he felt when he felt helpless and incapable of doing stuff. So he wants to be a guiding light and a role model for younger generations of people to help them to develop their skills and to learn and to progress in their own dreams and careers. And honestly, that's a very noble thing for Yuiga to have. And yes, we've seen this trait from him time and time again, but I really do love the fact they're reinforcing it here. And again, like I said, it links back to the festival that we just had because he's he's shown to help people no matter who they are. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the ending song that they played while they were showing everyone passing their exams was actually really nice. I actually really liked it. It wasn't sad as such, but it was kind of like a soft, nearly jolly type of thing. But it did give me Assassination Classroom vibes. Now, don't jump to conclusions. Furuhashi, Rizu, Azumi, and Uruka, forgot her name for a minute. They don't kill him. They don't kill him like they killed Koro Sensei, which still makes me upset every time I see that movie or that series. Anyway, yeah, so that song just kind of gave me Assassination Classroom vibes from that ending. It was great, fun time. Now, we do see like a 1-year time skip design for these characters, and I'll show you them. So, we see these three. We got Furuhashi, we've got Rizu, we've got Azumi. Honestly, of course I like him. Not gonna lie. I do actually really like him. Azumi looks like she's actually grown a bit, which is kind of funny. I don't think she'll grow that much in a year. But hey, Furuhashi, she's actually grown quite a lot. I mean, look at that security guard in the background compared to her. Must be a very far away security guard. Rizu has a new haircut, which is actually very reminiscent of the one she has in the manga. And if you're wondering why she has that appearance, well, obviously the anime left it out. But it's very good development for her in terms of getting that appearance. And everyone else just looks like they're kind of a bit taller and their hair's a bit more out. Not the best future designs, but again, it's only been a year, so I'm not going to be too critical of it. Now, I will not be saying who they imply that he gets with at the end of this series, because they haven't revealed it in the manga yet, so I don't want to spoil it for any manga readers and anime readers, like obviously myself. But hey, if you've watched the episode, you'll know who it is, because they don't kind of be too subtle about it. And obviously, the previous manga chapter that's just dropped, if they decide to go with what they've just put out, then, you know, there's that. Now, like I said, I'm not going to say the girl who they confirmed, because again, it's not in the manga. But they did skip a lot of things. They skipped a lot. So, let's go over a few. Over a few things that they skipped. So, the vital things that they skipped for the characters of Furuhashi, Yuiga, Rizu, and obviously Rizu's backstory, which I really wanted to see animated because it's a very sad and yet a sweet story that is actually... It's kind of confusing as to how Rizu doesn't understand it, but it's very telling of her character. It shows just how much of a, not immature kind of thing, but just how much she doesn't understand feelings. Kirisu, and obviously her opening up to the girls more, I really wanted to see that more, because drunk Kirisu is obviously the best, and, well, apart from Azumi, and we didn't get to see Azumi's mother. She's a brilliant character in the manga, and I just love the way that she loves to tease Yuiga and Azumi about the whole situation, and we didn't see it. That's really unfortunate. Now, as of this episode, it seems like Rizu still does not know all that much about emotions and obviously have a good understanding of them. Like, we see that little clip in the fireworks festival where she's like, thank you for your help, I couldn't have done it, you know, for anything else. But she also states that she didn't understand or doesn't know the words to help express her feelings. So that to me tells her that she doesn't still know. Obviously, if you're a manga reader, you're going to understand her being a bit more kind of forward with her feelings as she's developed them more. But from a anime-only perspective, like if you're an only anime watcher, you're probably thinking, well, she passed, but how did she pass? Because she's pretty poor at the moment. Uruka English still looks slightly poor, and they actually stated that in this episode towards the end when she was leaving, because as she passed her exam, she's obviously going to go abroad and study. And one thing she needs to do is know how to speak English. And unfortunately, she says that she should be okay and her English is still a bit iffy. But again, if you read the manga, you'll see that she did the interview and she's actually passed it really, really well by speaking English. So I wish they just kind of, maybe if they made it 16 episodes, then, or 24, make this season a 24 episode season, really flush it out and show us the development, that would have been a bit better. And obviously the other characters, they did show quite a lot more improvement and development throughout the manga that they skipped over in the anime, but who knows, they might come back and show it. Honestly, this was a really great episode, and it has some good comedy and the reactions in it were great too. some stunning animation quality. Like, look at this animation. This was when the fireworks were going off. And honestly, the animation was maybe not as good as this, as you're seeing now up on screen for the whole of the episode, but it wasn't bad throughout this episode. It was actually a very good, consistent, viewing of animation and quality, which I really did like and enjoy. That's one thing that made this episode a lot more enjoyable for me. I love, obviously, the message that Eureka displayed in this episode. I thought that was great. It's great for anyone who just basically, needs a message like that. And it displays his resolve and his dedication to helping other people. And it makes his decision to become an educator less forced. Like, if they didn't have that line or they didn't show the festival and they just said, I want to become an educator because I've been helping these girls, like, study all the time and I think it's pretty good and might be pretty good for wages. No, they didn't do that. They showed him actually developing and showing his characteristics and his traits to be a good teacher and a good role model to others and helpful to others. And it made it less forced, which I really did appreciate. However, saying all that, I do wish they gave us another season and better fleshed out the development and the characteristics a bit more of the other characters. So they really felt like that they graduated. Because honestly, after watching this episode, I kind of thought, did they graduate? Doesn't seem like they did. But if we had another season, we could kind of see them develop, see them grow, see them show their development and growth. And then when they come to, the scene we had at the end, it would be like, yeah, I understand. They definitely deserved their passing grade. Congratulations. Now, they kind of did what Dragon Ball Z did, if I'm honest. Remember Dragon Ball Z? They had the Buu arc, and then they kind of rushed towards the end arc with Oob and Goku going off somewhere. It kind of was like that. They got a very middle in-between gap. Maybe they'll come back and fill that gap. I'm hoping they will. We can always be hopeful. So then, I want to say thank you very much for watching my We Never Learn reviews. Like the video if you liked the video. Subscribe if you're new so you never miss a video from me. And stay tuned to the channel for more We Never Learn content, as we'll be exploring the development left out from the anime within the manga and other bits of information. So maybe you don't have to read it, but honestly, you really should go and read the manga because it's amazing. Like always, I hope you all have a great day. I've enjoyed the episode. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Did you enjoy the way that they ended it? Do you think they're coming back for another season in the future? All your thoughts, let me know. Let's create discussion. And like always, I hope you'll have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye for now.